Thank you for giving me just a moment to talk a little bit about this bill. It's really important to me. I'm a mom. I'm a former elementary school teacher, and as I campaigned this summer for the very first time, especially got into September, and I knocked thousands of doors, and my team helped me, and there's several of my team members that are here today, so thank you. But something specific happened that kind of clicked in my mind, and I was knocking on a door, and the mom came to the door, and she had a math workbook in her hand and was working with one kiddo, and I could see there was another child playing the piano, and kind of off to the other side was a student that was playing a violin, and a tutor was sitting next to her. And I'm like, wow, this is September. This is education. This family has really figured out COVID homeschooling. They are working hard. These kids are getting a great education. An hour later, I'm walking a neighborhood over, same school district, same schools, and I knocked on the door, and what happened was little kid came running in. You know those like side windows that are kind of on the doors? A little toddler in a diaper came, and he had a bag of chips. It's a big bag of chips. Not a little one, big bag of chips. And he is munching on these chips and looking at me. And he keeps eating those chips, and he's wearing this diaper, and that's it, and it's soggy. And I'm thinking, okay, who's home here? I'm just sitting there. I'm not going to leave now because I got to make sure that there's someone in this house. Eventually, after a long time waiting, a teenager came, a preteen kid, maybe 11, 12-ish, to the door. And he barely would look at me because he was playing, he told me, Fortnite on his phone. And he was kind of annoyed that I was there because he was in the middle of a Fortnite, and there was no adult for me to campaign to. It was just him, Fortnite, and little brother there. And I just walked away from that experience sick in my heart because there were two totally different educational experiences happening, and we did that. We shut the schools down, and when we did that, some people, the haves, kind of made things work, and the have-nots fell. And that's horrible, and we can't do that. So as I came here as a freshman, deciding what's most important, if I promise people I'm going to work on property taxes, I'm going to work on education, I'm going to make sure we have a business-friendly environment, the first thing I have to do is get these kids back in school. And so that's what this bill does. It just says schools need to be open for full-time in-person learning. And if they can't, or don't, or choose not to, then we provide a solution. We say, okay, parents, go withdraw your student, withdraw the funding as well with your student, and now you have the options to educate your child the best way that you can. And if that means hiring a violin tutor, if that means joining a private school, if that means buying curriculum, you get the choice back to make sure that your kid's educated and that you're not left without resources in this pandemic. So that's what the bill does. It just says, hey, bad things have happened. If schools can't open, actually, first it says open up. That's really what we want. We want the schools open. We love our teachers. We want our kids back in the classroom with the teachers. We know they can do an awesome job, but if they can't, we provide a solution to the parents, and they can solve this problem. So that's the bill. Any questions? I'll go ahead.
What about giving parents school vouchers so they have more control?
I'm going to let the next representative talk on that one because that's another bill that's coming. But good point. Yes?
How do you get all these bills passed with only like 2 weeks to go or so?
Man, I'm working hard. I'm running. As soon as I finish this, I have to go do an interview across the hall, so I'll be running out. Yes?
So just to make sure I'm clear, what you're saying is they can go and pull whatever tax dollars they're paying into that school and pull them out, and then, so one step further, for those of us who have no children in the school district and are paying, I would adopt a family and pull my tax dollars and give it to them to help them.
Excellent. I didn't go that far, but I think that's a great idea. Thank you. Yes?
So when pulling this money out, do they have any accountability to the schools at all? Do they get to do what they want? I'm hoping to collaborate.
We are going to trust parents to be accountable. They don't have to turn in anything to the individual school. There is an accountability for receipts, like you have to be able to, if asked, supply receipts that showed you spent the money on educational expenses.
So they can teach what they want.
Yes, it's not about curriculum, it's about money. We do make sure that the money's well spent. I'll take two more, is that okay? Two more, you, and then we'll be done.
What's your realistic assessment that the governor will sign it?
He loves the children too. This bill is about children. We have got to get our kids back in school, and he is going to support us. And We are veto-proof in the House. Yes. You had a question over here?
Yeah, so on that, do they have to be in school at a school for an X amount of time? Or let's say they just close the school and we can take them out right away?
It has a definition of what full-time in-person school is, and it says by April 1st, the school has to open up, and if not, then you can withdraw your student.
So is that April 1st of this year?
Like in
The
like,
rest of the year? Or
yep,
is that-
like 20 days they have to get going.
So they don't have to be like 100 years or 100 days in and then they don't. They just have to be in school, public school or charter. April 1st, school does not open, parent can go and say, I'd like to withdraw my student. That's why.